Hey everyone! The death of Pope Francis has plunged the Vatican into turmoil, spotlighting two prominent figures, Cardinal Peter Turkson from Ghana and Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle from the Philippines, as potential successors. This papal election is not just a matter of choosing a new leader. It reflects deep-seated rivalries, global political influences, and the shifting dynamics within the Catholic Church. As the world watches, the intricate alliances and hidden agendas surrounding these candidates reveal the complexities of the election process and the significant implications for the future of the Church. The unfolding drama promises to expose the secrets and power plays that could shape the next era of papal leadership. The Vatican is not only a spiritual institution, but also a significant global political entity, especially as it prepares for the conclave to elect a new pope following Pope Francis's departure. With cardinals from around the world gathering to strategize, the traditional European dominance in papal candidates may be challenged this time. Two frontrunners have emerged: Cardinal Peter Turkson from Ghana and Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle from the Philippines. Both candidates have strong ties to Pope Francis and have been prepared for leadership, yet they represent different backgrounds and perspectives. The ongoing discussions and alliances among the cardinals indicate a complex power struggle within the Church as they navigate this pivotal moment. The papal conclave is a centuries-old tradition that represents one of the most sacred political elections in the world, occurring after the death of a pope. During this period, known as Sacante, the Vatican's operations are halted as it awaits the election of a new pope. Unlike democratic elections, the conclave is shrouded in secrecy, with cardinals under 80 years old summoned to the Vatican, where they are isolated from the outside world, no phones, internet, or external contact. Once inside the Sistine Chapel, they are locked in, and all discussions, votes, and communications are kept confidential, ensuring that the process remains hidden from public view. As the Catholic Church approaches a crucial conclave following the passing of Pope Francis, the focus is on the potential successors, particularly Cardinal Peter Turkson and another prominent candidate. The Church stands at a crossroads, with factions supporting a vision of a more inclusive global Church versus those favouring traditional values. The outcome of this conclave is significant, as it will determine whether the Church continues to embrace change or reverts to its historical roots. Cardinal Turkson, an influential figure from Ghana, has emerged as a key player in this transition, drawing attention for his moral leadership and the possibility of reshaping the Church's future. The world watches closely to see which direction the Church will take and who will ultimately lead it. La Toto's bold document emphasizes the urgent need for climate justice, framing it as a significant global political issue rather than merely a religious one. Turkson has emerged as a pivotal figure, bridging divides between wealthy and impoverished nations, as well as between traditional and modern values. He advocates for developing countries against Western economic dominance, while appealing to conservative church members with his theological stance. However, his approach has sparked controversy. Critics argue that he lacks the diplomatic finesse of his European counterparts, and his remarks on Africa's role in the Church may create friction with conservative cardinals concerned about shifts in Vatican power. Speculation also surrounds his reformist views, which may conflict with established insiders who favour traditional practices. Tagle, born on June 21, 1957, in Manila, Philippines, is emerging as a significant figure in the Catholic Church, often likened to Pope Francis due to his humility, compassion, and progressive vision. Coming from a middle-class, deeply religious family, he has navigated a path to the upper echelons of the Church characterized by simplicity and a strong connection to the poor. His background, with a government employee father and a housewife mother, instilled in him a sense of duty and warmth. Tagle's relatable nature and emotional storytelling resonate widely, making his homilies popular and impactful, often moving congregations to tears. His rising prominence suggests he could play a central role in the future of the potential successor. Peter Turkson is seen as a continuation of the Francis legacy, bringing a fresh perspective and cultural understanding that resonates with the Church's growing presence in populous regions. However, his election could challenge the traditional power dynamics of the Vatican, particularly the long-standing European influence. As the Church faces this pivotal moment with the papal throne vacant, various factions are emerging, including a conservative old guard of cardinals who may resist change. The unfolding situation suggests a complex struggle for the future direction of the Church, with alliances forming and tensions rising behind the scenes. The Catholic Church is experiencing a significant divide between progressive factions, supportive of Pope Francis's modern approach, and a conservative group known as the Restorationists, who seek to revert to pre-Vatican II values. This conservative faction, led by certain cardinals, views candidates like Turkson and Tagle as not only unqualified, but also a threat to the Church's traditional doctrines. They are reportedly grooming their own candidates, such as Cardinal Mark Yule and Cardinal Robert Sarah, for potential leadership roles. The tension has escalated, leading to increased clandestine meetings and strategic media leaks aimed at undermining the reputations of more progressive frontrunners. The papacy is at a critical juncture as the Church's leadership faces pressure to reflect the changing demographics, particularly with a shift towards the global south. Analysts suggest this may be the Vatican's last opportunity to adapt or risk becoming irrelevant. However, there is significant resistance from influential figures in Rome, driven not by overt racism, but by a fear of losing control over long-standing traditions and European dominance. The stakes extend beyond theology, encompassing vast church assets, media influence, and political power that impact global issues like war and climate change. Thus, the decisions made regarding church leadership are intertwined with legacy and far-reaching implications. The potential election of a pope from sub-Saharan Africa, referred to as Turkson, could significantly impact the Catholic Church's approach to global issues such as climate change, economic inequality, racism, and migration. Known for addressing these challenges with a moral perspective, Turkson is viewed as a pragmatic leader who respects church doctrine while navigating the complexities of the modern world. While he may not advocate for sweeping liberal reforms, he could foster a justice-centered Catholicism and serve as a unifying figure between conservative and progressive factions. However, concerns exist regarding his influence within the Roman Curia, particularly without support from major European or Latin American blocs, which could affect his chances of election. A coalition of global South cardinals is emerging, signaling a shift in the Catholic Church's focus from traditional European roots to a more inclusive representation of diverse cultures, particularly in regions like Manila, Accra, Lagos, São Paulo, and Jakarta, where Catholicism is thriving. This change aims to inspire young Black, Asian, and Latino Catholics who have often felt unrepresented in the Church's leadership. The potential election of leaders like Tagle and Turkson could transform the Vatican into a symbol of hope and healing, reflecting a vibrant community of believers from various backgrounds. The anticipation builds as the world awaits the decision of the cardinals, which could redefine the Church's identity and mission. Thanks for watching.